Our economy was better when Trump was president. It's something that I've heard so much from people I know, from friends, family, and people backing up the man.
So I'm seeing there's a lot of backpedaling and goalpost moving by some, not all, by some, who voted for Trump. I thought that the economy was the number one issue for a lot of voters, but I'm noticing now that the intended 100-day agenda has been tentatively announced, that there's a lot of backpedaling and a lot of goalpost moving, and that, we need to be patient and we need to give him time. Oh, you guys going to give him the grace that Joe Biden never got? Isn't that nice of y'all?
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video of FAFO,
the fact that we have Americans that are waking up and saying, wait a minute, are you saying that tariffs are going to negatively impact me? Are you saying that we're going to have to pay for this? It's kind of like that wall that we're still waiting on Mexico to build, right? That they're going to pay for it. No, we're going to pay for it. We're going to be the ones that are suffering. And for those that thought that inflation was bad, even though it has come down, even though that it is honestly, cooled off here a lot quicker than it cooled off in the rest of the world, let me just tell you, it's time to buckle up, Buttercup, because it is about to be on and popping if for some reason he gets half of this done. And right now, looking at the henchmen that he is trying to put into his administration, we are on track to see a lot of these negative things impact our economy.
What people don't seem to understand is that from 2016 through 2020, Donald Trump inherited Obama's economy. After inheriting a pretty good economy, he blew through $8 trillion of debt throughout his term. We are currently under his tax plans, and every one of us is suffering from 2017 until 2025. And when it comes to the stimulus checks, you guys need to realize that Congress were the ones responsible for those stimulus checks, and Donald Trump, being the man that he is, decided to put his names on them. We saw the effects of the Donald Trump term when Biden inherited that. And on top of that, we went through a global pandemic. You see, I think that our education system fails our citizens in really teaching us how economic works and how our government works. I really encourage every single person out there to do your research. We have so many resources, and please do not sit this one out.
We have some huge breaking news right now. Jack Smith, the special counsel, has officially moved to dismiss the Washington, D.C. insurrection case against former president, soon-to-be president Donald Trump. Jack Smith cites a DOJ opinion which says that a sitting president cannot be prosecuted, and as a result, allowing the case to move forward while Donald Trump is in office would run against that long-standing precedent and would also disrupt the presidency as we know it.
One thing that's been heavy on my mind now that FAFO has been trending, and if you don't know what that means, it means and find out. It's been trending because of all of these things that Trump is going to say that he's going to do that kind of contradicts what his supporters say what was going to happen. It's not only opposite, but we are so screwed if this happens. But how are you guys feeling? That Affordable Health Care Act may be done. He just wants to dismantle it, but he has no plans in place to help, all these Americans that will be left without insurance. How do you feel about the tariffs? Which actually, that will be really fucked up. We get so much from outside the country. And yes, you can say all day, every day, buy American, all this and that. But buying American is also expensive because people here in America will not work for pennies. But also, certain places will put in their own tariffs as retaliation. But that's not going to hurt the rich. That's going to hurt us, the middle class. If you're rich, you're good. You know what I mean? I can see why you voted for him. But middle class. And a lot of the people that I know that voted for him are struggling. They are struggling. And now it's you're going to struggle more. I just don't get it. Are you guys surprised by everything that's coming out right now? Try to be optimistic. So I know a lot of politicians promise all these things and nothing ever happens. So I'm just hoping that, he gets in there and I don't know, he worries about other stuff. But let me know if you voted for Trump, you're a Trump supporter. How do you feel about everything that's coming out? And he's coming out and saying that he's going to impose all these things. But I want to know your thoughts. Do you think it's a lie still? Companies are sounding the alarm right now. Corporations are sounding the alarm. So prices will go up. But let me know. I just want to know your thought process. What's going on right now?
I think some of the policies, the rich are also going to benefit from it. For the middle class, I don't know. I really do not know. Okay, and she asked people to let them know, okay, it's very hard for you to find someone who actually voted TP to come to your comment section and say, oh, I did, because of the backlash they're going to get. So I doubt if they're going to come to your comment section come and say, yes, I did boldly, okay, unlike people who voted blue, okay, that are everywhere making videos and all that. Yeah.
Are you all paying attention to what's happening in Europe right now, in Georgia? And do you understand that that is a sneak peek as to what's to come here in the United States? Simply put, you have part of the government over there that feels empowered to do whatever the hell they want, regardless of the will of the people. Not unlike what Donald Trump thinks right now. He won the election, but this guy feels empowered. He feels that his win, his victory, was some kind of mandate to affect all of the crazy shit he was talking about on his campaign trail. Now, never mind that most of the people that voted for him were defending the things he said as nonsense and that he didn't really mean it and minimizing the crazy shit he was saying to justify their vote. The thing is, he did mean all that shit, as evidenced by the selection that he's making for his cabinet. He is picking the most extreme people that will be absolutely loyal to him no matter how crazy the things are that he wants to do. And right now, people still don't understand the impact of that. They will next year, when he starts doing things because he and his think that it's right, regardless of what the vast majority of Americans want or think. Some of the big things that are going to shock you is when he announces that the United States is withdrawing from NATO. Yeah, he is going to withdraw the United States from NATO. All of these tariffs and crazy shit that he's doing, these trade wars with the rest of the damn world are going to come crashing down around us, and you're going to see it. He's warning that it's coming, and it will. This mass deportation plan where he's planning to rip out half of the damn labor force of some major industries in the United States, all based on some ridiculous idea that that community is bad for America. The bottom line is, pay attention to what's happening in Georgia and get ready, because that's what we're in store for. And it better get like that, because if Americans don't take to the streets in mass to protest and fight back against the craziness that's about to ensue, then we might as well wrap it up and call it game over. America is dead.
So I'm in Walgreens, and there's this guy in front of me who's all decked out in his MAGA gear. The one with the daddy's home, you know, with the fist in the air. Anyway, he's there with his MAGA hat on and his Trump shirt, and he's getting his prescriptions. So the lady behind the counter that's helping him lets him know, "Sir, I've noticed that you have TRICARE as your insurance, and I'm just letting you know you should be getting a letter in the mail that we are no longer going to be contracted through them at the end of this month." He said, "What do you mean?" We got Selfridge right down the road. What do you mean you ain't going to be contracted through no veterans insurance? And she said, "Sir, there are a whole lot of administrative changes that are going to be going on, and Walgreens, the company, is unsure of what contracts through the VA, what contracts for the military are going to be revised or pulled." She says, "Now, I'm sure there are other pharmacies such as CVS or mail-in pharmacies such as Express Scripts that will still honor your insurance. But as far as Walgreens, we will not." And boy, did this man get so mad. He didn't understand what was going on. So she broke down to him what was happening. She's like, he's talking about getting rid of VA hospitals. He's getting rid of possibly disability for veterans. Or putting a 10-year max cap on that, and it's going to be an extremely hard process to even be approved for that. So this guy, he's just like staring at her, and he goes, "Well, shit, I don't know what I'm going to do." He said, "The only thing that I live off of right now is my VA and my Social Security." And she just kind of looked at him, and I looked at him, and I said, "They're going to be taking your Social Security too." And I looked down at his shirt, and I looked back up at him. I said, from one veteran to another, Daddy doesn't give a fuck if you have your medicine or not. He really doesn't. He doesn't care that you served. He deferred his freaking draft 4 times because his feet hurt. I mean, what do you expect from the guy? "Well, Republicans are supposed to be all about their military." I said, this is not about Republicans and Democrats, sir. There's Republicans, there's Democrats, and then there's MAGA. And I said, and unfortunately, you're all a part of the MAGA. I said, hey, you voted for him. And now you're going to find out. And I kind of feel bad because his face was just so like this was the first time he ever heard this. This was the first time he was ever hearing that as a veteran, his benefits, his security is being threatened.
that his Social Security is being threatened.
So let's talk about this is definitely an FAFO moment. Let's talk about overtime, because I'm tickled by this one. The Trump promise and no taxes on overtime. And it's funny because I had people that work with me who I don't personally get overtime, but who these people get overtime, and they very much rely on overtime. I mean, they ask for it a lot, and I just think it's so funny. This one dude I got, he rocks the Trump hat every day. You know, hey, I hope he gets what Trump promised: no tax on overtime. Although what they're really going to do is they're going to change the threshold of overtime, right? I think it's like 180 hours. They're going to set, instead of having a 40-hour work week, it's going to be a 180-hour work month, right? So the threshold is going to be anything over 180 hours within the month gets you overtime. So they can work you 50 hours one week and then 30 hours the next week, and that'll be your work weeks. You know, like, so you're not going to get that 10 hours overtime for the first week. I love people who listen to all the rhetoric and the propaganda that is given to you in a campaign, but never bothers to actually look at how the policies are being devised, right? You just don't. Just like, you know, Project 2025. Oh, it's not a Trump thing. It doesn't matter that the vice presidential candidate he had wrote the foreword to the book. It doesn't matter that all the people who wrote 2025 have openly said, yeah, this is our plan, and yeah, this is Trump's plan. And Trump can go on there and say, no, I didn't, you know, it's a bigly lie, whatever. I don't know what it is. I didn't read it. I don't plan on reading it, you know, because he's so trustworthy. You all just ate it up. You all just like, well, he said it wasn't him. He said he didn't. He's not part of Project 2025, but he's appointing all the people in his administration that were part of Project 2025. Do you really think Trump knows anything about policy? I mean, come on. Do you really think he knows anything about policy? Anything about healthcare? Come on. I mean, his past teachers have come out and said the guy was a moron in school. His professors, his grades got released. He was a fucking moron in school. And I'm not picking on people for bad grades. I had shit grades in high school. I mean, I'm rocking it in college right now, but, you know, I had shit grades in high school. I get it. But that was because I was lazy, not because I was just kind of dumb. You can't believe he knows. Obviously, he's getting his policy prescriptions from other places. And guess what those other places are? The Heritage Foundation. And guess what Heritage Foundation wrote? Project 2025. So enjoy your 180-hour work month and your no taxes on overtime that you're never going to see, because if they get it pushed through, you're never going to see it. Ever. Unbelievable.
I think with this no taxes for overtime, once this is implemented, there will be an issue, because some companies will end up not giving out overtime. Okay, there might not be any overtime because they'll be like, okay, you know, how many people are they going to give, and you're not going to be paying taxes on it. Secondly, there is going to be like, maybe they're going to reduce your regular pay and kind of use the overtime and ask you to do overtime and use it to cover up, because companies are there to make money. So I doubt if this is going to work, but let's see how it rolls. Okay, from now to January, by the time he comes into power, everything that everybody has been speculating will definitely come to pass, that like we're going to see how it's going to be at the end. Okay, for now everybody's saying it's speculations. Nobody know the right thing. Nobody knows what he's going to do, if he's going to do it or not. So let's just hope that it's all speculations at the end, right? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comment section. We really love to read from you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to give my video a thumbs up. I hope to see you on my next video. Bye, guys.